Hello and welcome to the Sunday Preview Rundown. I'm Joshua.
And I'm Mitchell.
And this is the Mitchell episode because we finally have Slaanesh in the mortal realms.
You can't see it, but I'm bouncing up and down on my seat.
There are also Khorne, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
which is fine. It's not Nurgle, so it's better than can't be the worst thing.
But we are going to start with Khorne.
We are going to start with Khorne.
So I think you joked, it's like we've got 4 tomes to get through before summer.
We better hurry up.
We got to flip and go.
Yeah.
Well, they heard you.
Yep.
And they are releasing Battletome, Blades of Khorne.
Blades of Khorne. These guys, I've always been like mildly interested in Blades of Khorne just because they have some cool stuff. But
You've been Khorne curious?
I've been Khorne curious. I am a Chaos fanboy almost across the whole thing. But I'm interested to see where they go. They definitely need the help right now.
Yes, very much so. They are an army that does not play anything like a 3rd edition army should play.
Yeah, it disappoints me a little bit that they're one of the only getting foot hero tomes because some of their stuff's getting pretty old. It was like Sigmar 1st edition.
That being said, if you watched the Keratin Overlords review, which you should,
I did not.
that they are also a tome that only got 1 hero, but their tome was a massive glow up in terms of coming into the new edition.
That's fair.
So 1 hero does not mean that the rules aren't absolute.
Oh, no, not what I'm implying. I'm implying
okay.
some of their models are a little old.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll talk about that.
We will.
Here's one of the new ones. Actually, the new one, Realmgore Ritualist.
That thing is really sweet looking.
That's a really cool model. I don't even play Khorne. That's a really cool model.
Yeah. It would be a really cool Necromunda model.
Yeah. Corpse Grinder Cults Ahoy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, this model's great. I as per usual, tactical sacrificial altar.
Yeah, that's a tactical altar, honestly.
But yeah, the posing is interesting. It's not just standing there.
They continue to get more
Menacingly.
creative.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Which is awesome.
Vanguard Blades of Khorne. So, this Vanguard, replacing the Combat Patrol,
Yep.
of course. 3 Skull Crushers, 10 Blood Warriors, 10 Blood Reavers, and a Slaughter Priest.
A slaughter priest.
So this is somewhat interesting because the Skull Crushers normally come in boxes of 6 for $110.
Yeah, they did that with the start collecting from demons, where it was normally a box of 6 for like 100 and something. Now it was 3.
But
so it's very similar.
You can run them in units of 3.
Yeah.
So that's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
So as far as the math on how much this is worth, that Skull Crushers are worth $55, splitting the $110 in half.
Yep.
Blood Warriors are $65. Blood Reavers are $60, and a Slaughter Priest is $35. So this is $215 value.
It's not bad.
I'm going to assume it will be $140, but we don't know.
Right.
All the other Vanguards have been $140. Right?
Well, yeah, after the increase. They were 130 and now they're 140 with
Yes.
the bump up.
So probably a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
As far as whether this is good to start with, though, we haven't seen any of the rules, so we don't know.
Yeah, this is very similar to the Beast versus Gits week, is that we know basically nothing about the rules themselves.
Yeah, they have not previewed any rules yet except for this guy.
Yeah.
And
So we can't really say if this box is good. The models look pretty good. And
yes,
it's a good deal.
These are all much newer, better models than the Start Collecting,
Oh, yeah.
which
I'm
had some
thinking,
real stinkers.
What's the one that looks like a Hellbrute?
Oh, I know what
The
you're talking
Blood
about.
Slaughter or something
Yeah.
like that?
Well, it's Khorne, so it's probably some combination of Blood Slaughter.
Yeah,
and
Blood, Skull, Slaughter. It's like Space Wolves, but Khorne version.
less barking.
Less barking, more blood.
War Scroll cards.
War scroll cards, cool. We always talk about these. They are a good thing if you want them. Skip them if you don't.
And
Good
they-
to keep track of stuff. And nope, just keep scrolling.
Well, here's the thing. No, we got to mention. First off, these are readable.
they yeah.
Second off, gotta love your McDonald's dice.
I am loving it,
Third off, this is pre-diceflation dice.
which is weird,
So how long ago were these made? How long ago were these supposed to come out?
right? What were are the overlords in 20 or
Nope.
so okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't think so anyway.
I could literally go check, but then I'd have to stand up.
If I'm wrong on that, crucify me.
We'll put a correction on the screen.
Spiritually. But yeah, so this is 20
Yeah,
and it's probably $38 because
Mm.
that's what the price of these were.
Maybe they're not doing it for
Age of
Age of
Sigmar.
Sigmar.
Maybe.
I would have to look to see if that was the case.
Yeah, interesting.
Wouldn't surprise me. Age of Sigmar is a lower on their priority list, so it would kind of make sense.
Yeah. I love how it says blood red with brassy pips. No. That's yellow.
That's McDonald's yellow.
Yeah, you didn't even try and make it metallic looking. Don't bullcrap me.
No.
GW.
It would be darker if it was brassy. Now,
And here are the ones Mitchell likes talking about.
I like Hedonites But the only problem I had with Hedonites is I pre-predicted that they were going to come out with their last book, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff before it went out of stock, and then the book was kind of bad.
Kind of.
Okay, pretty bad. And also, people are dissing this cover. I like this cover.
You know what this cover kind of looks like to me? This looks like a Magic card. Something about the way that it's drawn.
Oh, now I have to look at the actual Magic card for the Keeper of Secrets.
The Keeper is a Magic card,
It
isn't
is.
it?
I'll look at that after.
It's going to appear right here on screen.
Yeah.
Because Mitchell's editing this, so I can tell him to do that.
No, please don't.
It's going to be so cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very excited to see where they're going. They have been low, mid to bad the entire time they've been out.
The book before the last book was too good.
Yeah, absolutely busted.
And in GW typical fashion, they have been paying for it ever since.
Yep.
It's also another example of GW doesn't know how to balance summoning.
Yep.
They just pull summoning.
Yep.
I don't care. Do something else.
They're like, oh, the demons have to summon, and we're like, no,
No,
just
they
please stop.
don't. Just give some other mechanic.
Yeah.
Models coming back, better rally. Maybe they'll play in that space instead.
Hopefully.
But just nix summoning because y'all don't know how to handle that crap.
Yeah.
I like the danger noodle on the front.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this book. Thanks. I'm very excited for this book. But again, we don't know any rules in it. So
No, we don't.
maybe it's just the same data sheets.
Yeah, maybe nothing. Maybe it's actually worse still.
Yeah. It's like, oh, no, they were still too good. 35% win rate? Nah, I get that out of here.
Maybe Slangor Fiendbloods have gone from the worst unit in the Codex to the worst unit in the game.
Pretty sure they're already the worst unit in the game.
No,
they got slightly cheaper. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else right now.
There
but
you go.
That doesn't mean I'm not right. They also only got one new hero.
Yep.
Lord of Hubris.
Which they did get a huge, in the last book, they got a whole bunch of new mortal stuff. So that doesn't bother me as much.
Yes, this is not the same as Khorne, who's gone quite a while.
Yeah.
Without a nice new release.
When was AOS first edition? 2016?
Last decade.
Yeah. So, been a little bit. This guy, you know how I just mentioned that the other guy was in an interesting pose? This guy is not.
So he's in a come at me bro pose.
He is, which makes sense because he's the Lord of Hubris.
And his rules do reinforce that. We have seen his rules.
Yeah.
He basically can force someone to attack only him. He gets
Yeah.
strike last, they get strike first. And he gets a 4-up invuln.
I don't know how much I like that, but we got to see the rest of the stuff.
You're basically never going to use that except if you really, really want something else to not die.
Yeah.
Because a 4-up... I think it's a 4-up ward. Yeah, 4-up ward
Sure.
is not going to save your butt when you are a 8-wound foot hero against anything that actually matters.
If he's 8 wounds, I don't even
a
think it's going to be
6-wound
that.
foot
Yeah.
hero.
So what's going to happen is it's going to be your keeper charges Kragnos.
Yes.
And he also charges Kragnos and go, fight me.
Yes, there is use in that.
Yeah.
Or forcing Archeon to fight this guy instead of your keeper.
Yeah.
And then your keeper can murderize something.
So that is about the only thing that I can think of. I mean, obviously we haven't seen everything.
That's just it.
so-
We don't know. Maybe it's you force him to fight him instead of your Slangor because the Slangor are now the best model in all of Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, maybe they're just absolutely broken and only 100 points, and you just spam them.
Yeah, I know. Let's not hope for bad things, Mitchell. I just want them to be good. This guy is very also reminiscent of Sigvald.
Yeah, definitely
probably
Sigvaldish.
intentionally.
He saw Sigvald and went, Psh, I could do that. He can't.
He can't.
Spoiler alert, he can't.
So Vanguard Hedonites of Slaanesh.
Speaking of Slangor.
That's why they were in my mind.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 Slangors,
Mhm.
Slangor Fiendbloods, who are normally worth $60. 5 Seekers, who can be built as either Seekers.
Yeah, the Mortal Seekers, not
Yes.
the Demon Seekers.
That's normally a $70 kit.
Yep, because it's one of the new cavalry kits.
The Archers are normally a $60 kit.
Mhm.
And then the Shard Speaker is a $35 kit.
Yep.
So for a total of $225. So this is a slightly better value.
Slightly better value.
Again, assuming it's 140 and it hasn't gone up to 150 or something like that.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't know.
Either way, this one is tempting to me. If the rules come out right, I might pick this up because I don't have I have one unit of archers,
Mhm.
but I only have one, so I would like another. But the rest of it looks great. It's all new stuff.
Yes, unlike the Khorne one where it was kind of new stuff. This
Yeah.
is all brand new. Some of the better models they've made in quite a recent time.
They're not just putting the whip hell
Yeah,
lashers in every single Slaanesh box.
People might complain because it's not the demons, but you can just start collecting demons of Slaanesh for 40k if you want that.
Yeah, technically.
These guys, I like that they're doing it, and it's just the Age of Sigmar stuff.
Right. I agree. I think the 40k ones should be demons because, the faction is just demons.
Yes.
Whereas the Sigmar one should be just the Sigmar stuff.
Yep. So I like that. Good looking box. Again,
Yeah.
we got to wait for the rules.
Yeah.
Speaking of the rules, if you need them in card form.
Yep.
And again, those were up there were McDonald's dice. These are Grimace dice.
I mean, have you seen Glutos? It's pen and purple. It's pen and purple. Yeah, definitely. Again, they're just the pre-diceflation, and they're just basic purple dice with yellow pips.
Those are contrasting colors, but this is a great example of why contrasting colors aren't always good.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of any of the GW dice. I don't own any of them, and I don't plan on it.
Purple dice with golden pips. No, that's
Liar.
yellow. Stop. Make them metallic if you want to use that.
You're a liar. You have metallic paint. I've seen it. I've used it.
They can do that. They chose not to.
Yeah.
Hell, the Astra Militarum dice were green with bronze metallic pips.
No, that's true.
Maybe that's why there were a few of them.
Maybe these pictures are not giving them justice. Maybe they are golden metallic pips.
They're not.
I mean, they're probably not.
They're not. That's it for Age of Sigmar and for everything important. What we have now is the
Wait, don't say that.
I know. I'm dunking on Horus Heresy.
That's fair.
Sorry, they didn't give us a tank this week, so I don't know what to say.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So the Contemptor Dread Forge World kits are gone.
Yes.
Because the Contemptor Dread has been replaced by a plastic version.
The plastic one, yeah, which is
way better.
Yep, and a long time coming.
And yeah, not resin and not even more expensive. It's
Yeah.
amazing. But if you did want your Contemptor Dreads to have your specific Legion flair, we now have only 6, not all.
Well, there's 18 total, right? Because there's 2 missing and 20.
Yes.
So it's probably going to be...
You think we're going to get these in batches?
Yeah.
That would make sense. So we've got White Scars, Fists, Iron Warriors, Dark Angels, Sons of Horus, and Emperor's Children. They all look good. These are resin, though. So these are all pretty decent.
Yeah, I like the flair that they give all of them. They're different enough that they're, like, noticeably special.
Yeah.
I particularly like the Iron Warriors
I
one.
was going to say that. That's my favorite by far.
Yeah, it looks super like high tech, but like dirty and rusty, and the mask is really cool.
That makes me want to get a Contemptor Dread and put that on it.
Right? I've already been thinking about getting Iron Warriors. Oh, and they have the hazard stripes already cut out of them.
Yeah, so you're easy to paint.
Oh yeah.
They are cut out here. I don't think they are in
Yeah, it
the
doesn't
right
look like
one.
it there.
But you know what? Still, like anytime you do that for me,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, they're great, and I'm looking forward to the rest of them. I mean, I don't have a Contemptor Dread, but I've heard that they're decent.
I can have an excuse for one.
It's true. I mean, I want to see how much these are.
That being said, they are resin,
Yeah, that's fine.
so they are going to be Forge
At
World.
least they're like small resin.
Yeah.
They're not like...
But I could see these being $20 a pop.
That's true. Which would make the kit is what, 80?
Yeah,
So it'd make it a $100 kit. And it's still cheaper than what
Fair.
it was before.
there. And then Black Library, we've got War Boss.
Is that I every time I see a book that's not about an Imperium, is it from the perspective of the orc? Because if it is, it's interesting to me.
I'm pretty sure this one is. It doesn't say, but yes, probably.
Okay, cool. I like that. I like it when they show from a different perspective.
Yeah, my favorite ones are like the Blackstone Fortress ones that are from the ancillary characters who are not
Yeah,
the main guy because they're interesting, like for the same reason.
that's fair.
The one written from the point of view of the Man of Iron is the single most fun I've had reading a Black Library book because it's...
I've heard that there was a Gene Stealer cult's book from the perspective of the Gene Stealer cult who had just lost their patriarch.
Yep.
And I heard people going like, you could really feel for these characters who are supposed to be the bad guys.
Apparently Infinite and the Divine is just hilarious.
Yeah,
It's
oh,
funny.
I bought that. I haven't started reading it yet, though.
But unfortunately, none of those books are this book, and we can only hope that this book
We can
is
only
as
hope
good.
that it's good.
And that's it for this week.
Yeah.
So not a lot, like, numerically, but if you're either of these factions, of course, this is a massive week for you.
Yeah, I am very excited. I am playing more 40k than I am Sigmar right now, so I'm probably going to wait on the book itself. But I am very interested to see what they do with the faction.
Yeah.
Especially since it actually, I want to say it hasn't been that long, but it's been 2 years.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so
They were due. They were due.
They were. I mean, Blades was due more, but still.
True.
And with the way that they've been performing, Hedonites need a little update.
Yeah,
Anyway, they're like 35% win rate right now.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this time GW can actually make them
Yeah.
fun and also good.
Nix the summoning, make them like combat control like you did in 40k, and I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited for this week.
Well, let us know below if you are on Team Mitchell, super excited, or if you're on Team Joshua and don't give a darn about basically any of all this because you got yours a long time ago.
Yeah. You play, the only chaos you play currently is Skaven.
And we got ours like first out of all the other chaos.
Yeah.
Because we best.
No, they just needed it the worst.
That's it from us this week. We'll see you next time.
Bye.